Hey everybody, Rodman here for episode 2 of the Stellaris series. So last episode I really went over a lot of the game mechanics. In this episode, what I plan on doing is making a mad rush for the boundaries and borders of my empire. So I want to spare no delay in trying to map out and capture as much of the edge of the empire that I have as possible. So we will speed up the time just a little bit and start working on that. All the while, I want to also colonize Subtract, but we do in fact have a colony ship pumping out for that right now, actually. Ideally, I would like to terraform Rathador before I colonize it, as it is not exactly ideal for my people. It's close,
Research
but not perfect.
actualized.
All right. Robot workers is definitely something I'm going to want, given that I'm a fanatical materialist. Fanatical materialist, of course, just to remind you all, wants robots badly in their empire. And we will supply that.
Upscaling complete.
All right. So we are commercial zone, research lab, 2
Research
foundries,
actualized.
and civilian industries. Perfect. Ooh, that's a good question. I guess energy credits from technicians works. Just trying to forge ahead as efficiently as I can. So, just to go over, the research labs turns consumer goods, these, into research. So as you can see, my researchers are adding about 12 research
Upscaling
per job.
complete.
I get a little bit more physics research, but yeah, about 12.
Upscaling complete.
I'm going to leave all the anomalies for now. I'm really mostly just interested in trying to find the edge of my territory and claim it before an opponent does. That's honestly what you should be doing at the start of your game, because basically once your territory is established, it is very time consuming and costly to push it out further. So I picked monthly unity over the other two just because I am really interested in a high unity nation here. Just to sort of defend my reasonings.
Potential market survey completed.
And pretty soon here, I am very likely to find some neighbors. I think it's only a matter of time. My construction ship is idle because I need more influence. That is my limiting
Market
factor
outlier identified.
to the expansion of my territory. I'm even brainstorming getting another scientist up in here. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. Just to expedite, I should say, all of my surveying. And for right now, I'm going to go and sell some excess
Colonial
consumer goods that I have,
enterprise upsizing.
so that I can have more
Upscaling
energy credits
complete.
instead. Alright, so we have a science ship here that has no leader, but at least I can put it in position for now. And I'll hire the leader when I'm ready. I can hire one now, I suppose. So we have the 3 physics research leader. So let's
Future
hire
market survey complete.
one that does field studies. And switch this leader out for it. And then put you in charge of the ship. And that way I get a little bit of a research bonus. let's get you to return home. I don't really need you patrolling.
Market outlier identified.
As I said, I'm going to leave all of the anomalies for later. They don't go away. So looking at what you need to do for a planet. This, as I mentioned before, I have 7 spare housing, so that's plenty. I'm not going to fill that up anytime soon. But I only have 2 spare jobs. So I can either add jobs by adding job districts or a special building that does it. At the moment, I'm not going to worry about jobs, but eventually I might think about some either more civilian industries or commercial zones. I'm more interested in commercial zones because that also raises my amenities, which is sort of makes my people happy. So here it looks like I found the caravan, which is a new feature in 2.2 or MegaCorp, probably MegaCorp, where you can trade with them for, they're kind of like gambling for like prizes and the like. It's a little weird, but
Potential market survey completed.
that is something that you're able and allowed to do. Of course, I don't have them at the moment contacted, but that will come soon. They'll probably contact me. I think my next building that I'm going to build is going to be the robot assembly plant. That will help put robot populations on my planets. And the robot assembly plant, as long as you have one, will add robots to your population the same way regular population gets added.
Complete.
It just takes,
A system
roughly the
has
same
been
amount of time.
surveyed.
And their upkeep is going to be, obviously not food. Their upkeep is energy.
Outlier identified.
We are finding a whole lot of anomalies, and we don't even have Map the Stars on. Part of that is because we have the Discovery tradition, which gives 10% additional chance. So we're going to need a new job soon. How soon are we going to get this research? I think that
Upscaling complete.
we're going to need more jobs before we get that research done. So I'm going to build an energy district to power my
Outlier
economy.
identified.
Because right now, if you can remember, we had our trade policy going towards unity
A system has been
more
surveyed.
than towards energy for a little bit of a unity boost. So if we need the energy badly, I can always switch that back after the delay timer. Ooh, there is a very big Gaia world there. That is very good to know. Obviously, I'm going to want to be moving my border that way as well.
A system has been surveyed.
Just trying to find the borders. Maybe I'll go this way. I tend to like the black hole
Market
districts
outlier identified.
because you can research them later on. All right, we'll have you go this way.
Outlier identified.
And you know what I could even do is just do another science ship. We almost have enough for another scientist. There we go. And really push the boundaries out of our territory. So now that we have this generator district, we'll have a stopgap of 2 more jobs. This will go up to 34. And we'll have 2 more housing, actually, too. Because the generator district adds 2 jobs and 2 housing.
Upscaling complete.
So there we go, 34 and 8. As I said it would be. Now I really hope that factions form soon because I am
system
limited
has
in
been
influence
surveyed.
until I start to get factions going. Factions are political parties that you satisfy with different objectives in order to earn more influence. Okay, so this place, as I suspected,
Outlier identified.
has some dark matter, which is a special resource type. Here, so
Future market survey complete.
So in this game, there are 3 general special resources: the motes, the volatile exotic gases, and the rare crystals. Those will be required to build.
Colonial enterprise established.
Oh, nice. Those will be required to build special buildings, these kind of buildings, later on. And then the other ones are used for various other special tasks as well.
Future market
We'll
survey
get
complete.
once we get there, we will cover what other uses they have. As you can see here, I am covered in anomalies at this point. So Dram just opened up, and I'm thinking about making that a mining colony. It has up to 5 mining districts, and yeah, I'm going to make that a mining specialization. We're just trying to expand the territory as fast as we can, while ignoring all of the anomalies so that we can get surveying as fast as we can. And fortunately for me, compared to my potential enemies, my survey speed is a little bit faster because we have discovery to boldly go. And that helps you explore the boundaries of your territory, you know, pretty much as fast as you can go.
Upscaling complete. Research actualized.
All right, so we get a little bit more energy credits from technicians. Now, I pause the game. Let's go ahead and get survey speed research going. Obviously, the fusion reactor. No, I'm going to go with fusion reactor. I changed my mind.
Surveyed.
I think by the time we finish that research, most of our boundary will be surveyed anyway. So right now, of course, I'm on a small galaxy. So some of the research options are not as good as a result because there's just less to explore and expand.
Market outlier identified.
So there's a way to prioritize. Well, I guess I have to wait
Upscaling complete.
for more people, but there's a way to prioritize jobs. So, for instance, if I wanted to, and I think I mentioned this last episode, but if I wanted my miners to be technicians instead, I can then change their priorities here.
Market outlier identified.
Found something special there. So now I have decreased this job priority a little bit so that they become technicians instead. And I'm going to actually keep it that way because I want the energy credits more than the minerals. Energy credits are sort of general. They fund your government in a general way, I guess. I don't know how to explain it very well, but obviously they're the universal currency, so it helps. All right, so now on Vrinn Prime, I have over 1,000 food. I'm going to go into decisions here, and I'm going to decide to encourage planetary growth, which is growth speed 25%. So if I go to my population here, as you can see, growth encouraged, I can now add more people to my planet quicker. So don't forget about your decisions here. They are obviously taking place in place of planetary edicts, but they're very, very powerful. And then what I can actually go to is my new planet and distribute luxury goods to increase immigration pull so that people will flock to this planet more willingly, as it will, you know, it has some perks.
Future market survey complete.
Come on, factions. I really want my factions to form up. So it looks like I don't have an immediate neighbors, which is pretty cool. Oh, nope, there we go. There's one. Hello, you are very similar to myself, so we're very, very likely to be allied. Obviously, I don't need to start surveying up in his territory because I don't really care what's up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to survey the 2 side spots here, because if there's anything really nice in those 2 spots there, I'm going to want to claim that spot as soon as possible. If it's not, I won't really care. I am not planning on going wide. Okay, so finally we're getting some factions in. So the first faction is, I'm going to just call these scientists, because that's pretty much what the faction is. And I should have an egalitarian faction popping up
Market
any moment now.
Identified.
But as you can see, the faction is bringing more influence in, which will allow me to expand my boundaries. And I just found another potential rival / enemy. So I'm obviously going to want to push towards that Gaia world, like pronto. There's a lot. I'm being pulled in a lot of different directions.
Outlier identified. Future market survey complete.
All right. Let's just keep surveying towards trying to find the edge and boundaries of our expandable territory.
Outlier identified.
Now, the reason I say I don't want to go wide, wide and tall is a concept, and let me slow down the game. Oh, what is this? I have a dimensional portal thing here. That's pretty cool. I'll have to research that later. It's not timed. Oh, no, it is... Okay, yeah, no, it's not timed. It just takes a long time. I need more researchers to be able to efficiently research that. Okay, well, that's good to put on the back burner. What I'm going to do is I'm going to track that stuff so I don't forget about it. Okay. So what I mean by tall and wide is if I look at empire size here, and let me just slow down time. I have a cap of, normally I would have an administrative cap of 30, but it's raised to 50 because of my corporations. And once you go over your administrative cap, mine being 50, you start paying out the nose for extra stuff. You have to... just discovered someone else. Okay. Oh, there they are. Okay, I'm going to turn this person around because obviously this is part of their territory. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to research these anomalies that I'm not going to have a chance to do later on, likely. So a corporation, sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. A corporation can go wide, meaning a lot of territory, but that will really hamper your ability to tech up and gain unity and traditions. So going tall means to heavily develop a much smaller footprint of an empire. All right, so the other faction I just got is the Egalitarians. I just like renaming them this way, so it's very, very obvious. Very, very obvious who they are and what they want, rather than trying to interpret their party. Not that the party is cryptic or anything.
Colonial enterprise established.
Okay, so now we have another another colony, and this one has... if I looked at sectors, and let's go to my sector map. Where is the sector map? It is in a different sector. Sectors are different in this game. They're automatically created and they're small, so they have different governors. But unlike previously, your sectors aren't economically different. So if I looked at my... where would it be? My planets and sectors. It's not like this sector can't be taxed and can't be... I mean, it's not forced. You can control it as if it's directly controlled, which is pretty cool. So there is no like hard planet cap. Now my colonies, as you can see, because I have 3 colonies, that adds to my empire size. And the more districts and systems and colonies I add, my empire size goes up and up and up. Now the reason I'm doing a mad rush to find the boundaries of my empire is there could be really cool things like this Gaia world that I'm obviously going to want to gobble up, like, as soon as I can. but I don't know about. It's best to try to find the boundaries of your empire to know about them. So this planet here, I'm going to turn into a breadbasket because it has 6 possible agricultural districts that I can make. And there is a benefit to
Upscaling
specialization in this
complete.
game. All right, so here's the Caravaneers offering me some special research for 2,500 energy. I'm going to tell them to come back later, and I'm going to see if I can't get that kind of scratch by just selling off a lot of my resources. I almost have enough right now. I'm very, very, very close. Because I don't think it will be... Okay, so I obviously have another neighbor down here who is probably going to want that Gaia world, so I should snatch that Gaia world up as soon as I can. So let's start building that way. Actually, let's stay here for a second. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell 14 of this, and I just want to have enough for when they come back to me to actually be able to afford the technology that they had offered me. Yep. All right. So I have enough now. As you can see, I have exactly the amount that I need. So then we'll go to the general market and we'll not sell off all our excess resources now.
Potential market survey.
So that
completed.
trade was offered by Chor's Compass, which is the Caravaneers. They are special. They're kind of like the mercantile guilds. They're slightly different in that they offer you kind of like weird one-off opportunities and stuff, which is a little bit different, but nonetheless useful most of the time to interact with them. Sometimes they have unique research and stuff. Sometimes they'll just offer you like a destroyer and you're like, cool, but like, no thanks. And sometimes it's like, wow, that is a really cool benefit of some unique technology. Of course, I want that. So it really, really depends. And you should always read the fine print. All right, so here we go. Deal. I buy whatever that is. What was it? I don't even know what I just bought. It was probably some... Huh. Maybe it was a bug. I feel like I should have benefited somewhere. Maybe it's... No. I'm really confused. Well, I'm going to have to Google that later. As normally when I've interacted with them, they give me tech. And this time they gave me
Outlier
squat.
identified.
I didn't want squat. I wanted tech.
Upscaling complete.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and sell some of my alloys to buy minerals so that I can build this research station and then head over to Hantaron and start moving towards the Gaia world because I don't want that to fall in the hands
Upscaling
of
complete.
the Galactic.
Outlier identified.
That would be an unfortunate turn of events if that was to happen.
A system has been surveyed.
All right, so these Zarkon, Rikra, these systems aren't really worth taking, especially if I'm trying to go tall. I'm just seeing if this one's worth it, because then I can always detour if I need to. And let's speed time up a little bit more, and I'll just pause when I need to.
Upscaling complete.
All right, So now I can... And as you can see, there are some trade value here. Rathador and Seb and Hantoran that I can utilize once I have enough to build another starbase. But obviously my top priority is to obtain this Dorfill world.
System has been surveyed.
I deem none of these systems up here worth anything to me. I don't care. What I'm going to do is actually research their anomalies. And luckily, I have an anomaly researcher here because maybe these anomalies make these worlds worth more.
Research actualized.
But I'll have to wait and see. All right, so I got some new research options, and I'm going to go with society research increased by the researchers. I am
Outlier identified.
a science-based... Okay, finally they communicate with me. They are a Fanatic Materialist as well. Chances are we're going to be friendly. And if they want doer here, I'm just trying to research some of the anomalies to see that, in fact, I don't care about these worlds.
Future market survey complete.
Just making sure that all my I's are dotted and my T's are crossed.
Upscaling complete.
Okay, I can't afford all that, but I can afford some of it.
Research actualized.
All right, so I got the robot plants. Let's go with engineering research. I don't think I'm going to be in any wars anytime soon, so I'm not going to do coil guns. And here, once I have the minerals, I'm going to do an assembly plant. Obviously, that's more minerals than I have at the moment, but we'll save up.
Future market survey complete.
All right, so I'm going to have this guy research these anomalies here, see if that world is worth anything. Numistic visualization. Okay, obviously I'm going to turn them down. The last time they offered it to me, I paid out the nose and they gave me nothing. So that's a big no thank you. Maybe it's part of the story that they screw me over. Maybe it's not. I'm not sure.
Market outlier identified.
Now, where is this? Pollux? All right, let's leave that. This person needs to just keep surveying. In fact, there's a better surveyor that I can hire. Let's switch him out. As far as research goes, do I have any particle researchers? Yes, I do. Okay, I don't want to interrupt him. I will not interrupt anyone, but obviously I'm going to swap out a particle researcher soon. Alright, so Deceptive Giant. That planet is significantly larger than you thought it was. Okay, this here is a particle researcher. Let's switch you out for a computer one. Research those anomalies. And then this researcher, you're going to get kicked out for the particle boy. Because they have the research expertise to push that ahead a little faster. Okay. That was some little min-maxing there. Switching the researchers around.
Upscaling complete.
We do have... Ooh. Portal research area. That's pretty cool. Alright, I have enough influence to push my borders once again. Nope, not quite, because I have to do a double push. So let's get this last energy. Which means selling off some extra resources to buy minerals. And my last tradition, faith in science, which gives me a nice little bonus. And then I unlock my first Ascension perk. So before I end this episode, because I'm almost out of time, one thing I really should say that Ascension perks are crazy good. They're unbelievably good. But what you need to do is you need to plan them out accordingly, because you only get 8, and if you don't plan them out, you might not get to where you want to be. So, because I'm a MegaCorp, I want universal transactions, but I might not want that first. I might want technological ascendancy or one vision. Those are also pretty good starter perks. I might do, let's see. I probably want the Arcology project at some point. I'm not going to do xenocompatibility, and I'm going to want Galactic Wonders, so that's already 4 or 5. But I think what I'm going to start with, because I'm a science-based society, is the Ascendancy, and try to pull out ahead in research compared to my neighbors. As you can see right now, we are equivalent, although these guys have a little bit superior navy than I do. Everyone's more or less equivalent. Well, this has been episode 2, where I discover 4 of my neighbors and the sort of the natural boundaries of where I can build and expand to. If you are enjoying this series, let me know why. If you have any questions, I'm always down to answer them. If you have any feedback, drop me a line, and I hope you tune in next time. Thanks for watching, and adios.